Thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank members of the City Council for joining me, Chief Michael Harrison, all of the other members of the New Orleans Police Department leadership, including the leaders from the Fraternal Order of Police and the Black Order of Police, the Police and Justice Foundation, Deputy Mayor Copeland and his team, our Civil Service Commission members. Thank you all for joining us today for this announcement. As I said when I became mayor of the City of New Orleans, public safety is our #1 priority. We're committed to ensure that every neighborhood is safe in the City of New Orleans. We have, in fact, successfully reduced murder to a historic 43-year low. It is the lowest number that we have had since 1971. However, one murder is too many, and we still have a lot of work to do to make sure that we secure this city. It is now more important than ever to have the best people, the best training, and the best equipment to do the job that a New Orleans police officer is called to do. Their job is very difficult, it is very dangerous, it is a huge sacrifice, and I certainly have great respect and appreciation for the work that all of the men and women for the NOP do all of the time. We have always wanted to recruit and retain highly qualified officers. That's why we're investing over $50 million in the consent decree to completely transform the New Orleans Police Department, and we are looking at every option to put officers on our streets. We have already dedicated $41 million to rebuild and improve NOPD facilities. We have already instituted a 5% across-the-board pay raise. We have already purchased 400 new police cars in the last 3 years with 50 new motorcycles. We have already purchased 540 body cameras purchased over the last 2 years. We are leading the nation in this new technology-driven police action. We have housed we have housed in the state-of-the-art facilities new 5th and 7th District police stations, and we have more to come. We've invested another $300,000 in our aggressive recruitment campaign in partnership and thanks to the New Orleans Police and Justice Foundation, and we are committed to hiring more officers and getting the job done. The application process is easier than ever. We cut the processing time for an application by 33%, more than tripling the number of applicants that we have. We worked hard to turn our city finances around so that we can recruit and retain New Orleans police officers. When we took office, we had a $100 million gap in our budget. We were spending $5 for every $4 that we took in. We were robbing Peter to pay Paul, using one-time money for recurring expenses. And when I came into office, NOPD was set to run out of money within 90 to 120 days. One of our few major police departments in the country not to have layoffs at that particular point in time. However, in order to maintain that level, we had to furlough city employees, and everybody in the city made sacrifices so we could be able to turn the budget around and get this city moving in the right direction. By following very fiscally disciplined practices, we cut smart, we reorganized, and we invested in what matters most. And as a consequence, the city of New Orleans is now outpacing almost every city in the country in the growth that we are experiencing. The growth in the nation last year was 1 or 2%. Here it was 9.6%. And because of our fiscal management, because of the work that we have done together, later today we will be able to announce through the Revenue Estimating Conference that our 2014 forecast of last year is going to be exceeded by $14.6 million, increased in our forecast for 2015. We did this through more investments in retail development and rising property values. In 2014, we had a 9% sales tax growth rate. Last year, we had 9.5%. And as I said, where the rest of the country was only 2 or 3%, which gives you a sense of how much better the city of New Orleans is doing rather than the rest of the country. The growth is due to new retailers like the Walmarts and the expansion of the Riverwalk. An additional boost came from EMS collections with a new vendor, increased collections this year by over 94.4%. And thank you to the EMS team for the work that they've done. However, we have to continue to build our reserves, and we have still looming liabilities in the city. Our fund balance is still low, far below ideal. Reserves are important because they ensure stronger credit ratings and they help us respond to hurricanes. I have concern for looming liabilities. Our firefighters' pension fund, our jail, they're still out there. We have a fiscal ship headed in the right direction, and we have to keep going in that direction. But the new news today does give us the opportunity to fulfill a promise that we made, and that is if we could find the money, we would make sure that The police officers in this city knew how much we appreciated them, and they had the necessary resources to feed their families and to do a great job for us. We have always had first-class police officers, and we want the pay to reflect that. So I am here to announce to our brave men and women in uniform who deserve our unwavering support that we are here to help retain the officers that are there by announcing a 10% increase in pay for the police, 5% on July 1st and another 5% on January 1st, which will total 15%, as you know, because 5 was granted at the request and with the authorization of the City Council last year. This is really important. We have our budget in order. We're moving in the right direction, but when I began here and we started to cut smart, we also want to invest smartly. And this is the best, most universal investment that we can make in the public safety of the city. So now we have done everything that is necessary to make sure that this department recruits. Now we're going to do what it's going to take to retain, and we're going to give to the NOPD and its officers what it is that they deserve for the great work that they do. I want to thank the City Council members for helping support this effort. I specifically want to thank FOP and BOP for working with us to walk through this. I asked you guys to be patient. You worked with us. I thank you for being constructive. As I have said, it is far better to light a candle than to curse the darkness, and you guys have been very constructive advocates, and I thank you for that. I also want to thank the Civil Service Commission for working with us as well. You recommended that we do an increase. I came to you and said that we would do it when we found the money. You gave us the latitude, and now promises made, promises kept. So this is a really good day for the city of New Orleans. It's good because we were able to do it based on good fiscal management, and it is also a good way to invest in our top priority that we all share. So I thank all of you for that, and I look forward to the City Council approving this, the Civil Service Commission approving it, and making sure that our NOPD officers know how much we appreciate them. So thank you very much, and please help me welcome Chief Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for being here. We asked for the help to make NOPD a better place, for the veteran officers to work every day to keep the people of the city of New Orleans safe. We've asked for help to make NOPD attractive for people interested in a new career in law enforcement with the New Orleans Police Department. The mayor and the city council have delivered on that promise today. Combined with major investments made in new technology, equipment, this pay raise shows that the city is fully committed to investing in the men and women of the New Orleans Police Department. Now we need the community to step up and join our ranks. We are in the middle of an aggressive recruitment campaign, and we're looking for the best, the bravest, and the brightest to join our ranks today. We graduated 27 recruits last month, and 29 recruits are set to graduate from our training academy this summer. We'll start another class in just the upcoming weeks. So we have the support we need to make the NOPD the best police department in the country. If you or someone you know has it in you to do something great, then we ask you to go to joinnopd.org and apply today. As your police chief, I will continue to advocate for the men and women of this department, and we will do everything that we can to give them the tools they need to do their job. So I want to extend a personal and a professional thank you to our mayor, our city council, our civil service commission, and to the men and women who go out there and provide the service and make your city safe every single day. Thank you. This time we're going to hear from Officer Christian Lacey from the 7th Police District.
Good afternoon. I'm Officer Christian Lacey from the 7th District, a field training officer. I've been with the department for over 6 years. I believe that this is a blessing to myself and my family of fellow officers. I love this job. I love the people that I work for and the people that I work with. I was greatly appreciative of the initial 5% raise that we received last year. However, there have been some financial difficulties. And it was a stretch sometimes to make ends meet. I could not be more excited about the pay increase, and I can feel positive that the city is truly supporting the New Orleans Police Department. I'm proud to be a member.
Simon Hargrove, Walter Powers. Walter, you're up first, and then Simon, please. And then Andy, to be followed by Andy Copeland and the council members.
Thank you. Yes. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to thank you, the City Council, Civil Service Commission, and the Police and Justice Foundation for the hard work they've done to make sure that this took place. We'd also like to say that we commit to continuing working with you and the entire city administration to make sure that our officers have the best of everything that they need, And with this pay raise, it's going in the right direction, and I believe that they will all be happy, and you will keep the best and the brightest working for a long time to come.
Simon Harper with the Black Organization of Police. I want to thank the mayor, superintendent. I'm sure there were times when you had to nudge the mayor a little bit, remind him of, we were looking for it. I know you were resisting at times because you have other obligations, but definitely appreciate the fact that today is a great day. It's a great day for officers of the New Orleans Police Department. It's a great day for the community. For the officers, they can better provide for their family. For the community, it's going to slow the attrition rate. It's going to attract more officers, make us more competitive to other law enforcement agencies, potentially keep more officers here and put more officers on the street. And that's a great thing, and that's a win-win for everybody. I also want to echo and thank the Civil Service Commission, the City Council members, the Police and Justice Foundation, and the members of the New Orleans Police Department who work hard every day, continue through thick and thin, and we're going to continue doing that. And we look forward to the progress we made and continued improvements in the New Orleans Police Department. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, it's a long way from the dark days of 2010 in terms of the budget. Mayor often says we were making choices between bad and worse. I used to describe those as if it weren't bleeding or on fire, the answer was no. I spent most of 2010, 2011, and 2012 saying no. 2013, 2014, it was a lot of not yet. So it's pretty exciting to be at a point where we can say yes. Balancing a budget is hard. Requires tough decisions, but it's not complicated. You can't spend more than you're going to take in, and you can't make a promise that you can't deliver on. And the mayor's instructions to us have been very clear. Balance the budget, be responsible, plan for the future so that we can go to a place where we're making choices between good and better. And with the revenue forecast that we're going to announce in a little bit, we now have the confidence and the ability to make those choices between good and better. The mayor said that when we have the money to do what we want to do, we're going to prioritize public safety, prioritize the NOPD, and today we make good on that promise. Thank you.
Today is a great day. Getting what you deserve is always a good thing. Being a police officer is one of the toughest jobs regardless of where you work. The men and women of the NOPD, although they have a much more job that it's tougher than any other place in the country in terms of crowd control, in terms of people drinking alcohol, in terms of festivals, in terms of foreign visitors. There's no other place that has to deal with this day in and day out, but yet they've done it while not being paid enough for a very long time. And Chief, when we talked about the 5% pay raise, I said, I know it's not enough. You all accepted that. You all were patient. You continued to do the things that were necessary to make sure this city moved forward, had its Mardi Gras, had its Jazz Fest, regardless of how those crowds soared. And I want to thank you for your patience. And I just want the city of New Orleans to realize that this pay raise is going to make this city safer. It is going to attract better police officers. It is going to allow our good police officers who simply were having tough times making ends meet on that meager pay. It's going to let them do that now. And that's very, very important because these guys have families too. They've got mortgages to pay. So I want to thank you for your patience, and I want to thank everyone that worked so hard to make sure this money could come to fruition to fulfill the promise.
That was what was said. Today is a significant day. For far too long, the pay inequities for our men and women of the police department has not been where we wanted them to be. Because of our fiscal management practices, the leadership of the CAO, Mayor Landrieu, and the chief, we did the 5% pay raise last budget year, but we all wanted more. And we wanted more, but we had to be patient. And I want to thank the men and women of the police department for being patient. Today's announcement signifies a key word, and that is investment. We're investing in technology. We're investing in our men and women of the police department's quality of life so they can provide for their families. We're investing in recruitment, in marketing, and so forth. So it's a great day that we could see our police and men and women of the department be on par with state police and be one of the top paid police departments in this state. So thank you for your leadership, Mayor Landrieu, my colleagues who are here, Chief Harrison, the unions, BOP, FOP, thank you very much.
Well, as everyone has said, this is an exciting day. We are telling our men and women that we have supported them in the past. We're supporting them today. And it sends a message to the community that we will continue to support our officers. The work that they do on a day-to-day basis is beyond what we can imagine. And for us to be able to step up and to make it easier for families to live in suitable conditions, to have suitable work environments, that's so important to all of us. And this sends the good message that we want this for all of our community. And so to the mayor, the superintendent, and the officers, the organizations that are represented today, it took a lot of work and it took a lot of commitment. And we all know it's not easy to balance a budget. Tough decisions have to be made, but we made an important decision today. And so I just want to thank everyone who had input into this matter for their support. And particularly to our men and women, to just let them know that we will be there. And I think it sends a message. It's like the bad kids. Now they know, the bad guys know, we're going to be with our officers. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I thank the mayor for his leadership on this. I spent this morning answering emails from my constituents who were demanding more police protection. I wish I had waited until this afternoon. I would have said, see what I did? But we have right now a great police force, and we're going to have a better police force. Thanks to the current leadership, thanks to the effort of the mayor and the rest of us in seeing to that they have all the tools that they need. And all we need now is, first of all, we need the citizens of this city to send us their children to join the force. We need your children to come and become one of these people, and they ought to be proud to stand in this number with us. And the other thing you need to understand, we're able to do this partly because we have a smart mayor and a smart CEO, and we manage the budget well, but partly because you're spending your money in Orleans Parish, and we're able to collect those tax dollars and turn around and spend it for your benefit. Thank you very much. We look forward to the city getting safer. Thank you very much.